I have some unfinished business to attend to. Namely, I want to complete that parachute contract before we update. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. So we are continuing, not updated yet, because we have yet to complete our parachute contract. Let us resume. Okay, so I thought about the problem. We seem to have two problems. Number one, we cannot... I was holding up my fingers there as if you guys could see that. So number one, we do not have the speed we need. I think that part of the problem is that when you just go up into... When you just, go straight up and straight back down, your orbit's actually not as efficient for building speed as it could be. Your periapsis, compared to your apoapsis, is not much of a difference. You're not really coming in that hot. So I'm thinking I need to go farther away from Kerbin in order to come back going fast enough. The other thing is that we need funds, because one more rocket like the one we did we'd be out of money. So I thought about the contracts that we do have. We don't have very many left, but one of them is to explore the moon. And we can get some good funds just from going near the moon. We don't actually have to land on the moon, which is great. So we can go orbit the moon to get these, and then we will bring back the capsule, and on its return, we will fire straight down. It seemed awful for the company heads working late hours at Rockomet's conglomerate that we were getting nowhere near figuring out if a day on Kerbin was truly 6 hours long. Granted, the amount of times there would be a relatively not that bad accident was how we reached an unproven conclusion on how a day on Kerbin was definitely 6 hours long. Without wasting any more time, this is where you come in. We want you to send us science data from the space around Kerbin. This is great. We have almost 5 years to complete, 4.5. We have 4.5 years to complete this. I think we can handle that. This also seems like a good contract for us to take, because this is around the altitude that actually I would be probably firing a stacked decoupler anyway. This is between 6,000 and 11,000, and these are the speeds I want to be going anyway. So I'll get this one. Alright, we'll also take this. Alright, Gene Kerman. Hopefully I can return... Wow, we got some really good advances on that. What was our advance on this one? 24,000. Wow, okay. Let's hope we don't just burn our advance for nothing. Okay, we get this. I'm going to be starting over again, because I don't think just slapping a ton of rockets and fuel on this thing was actually the solution. But I was thinking, how do we build up a lot of speed really fast? And I actually think the way to do it might be a solid fuel booster. Let's see, let's look at the mass. 7.875. This is the highest thrust rocket I have, though. If I can get this thing into the atmosphere coming in hot, I think firing this might actually keep me going fast enough. It's going to be a lot of weight, because I got to bring it around the moon and back. Oh, I forgot something. I also decided what I want to buy with the science points we got. So I've decided for now the advanced rocketry is the way to go. This fuel tank will be quite nice to have for the sake of stability, and then it also will build into getting us bigger rocket parts. Now, I'm not saying that the reason I'm getting this is because I think I might need bigger rocket parts to complete this mission, but I am saying that I'm getting this. Yeah, I also decided after our last mission that I do want stability. That was a complete disaster. Oh, this doesn't put a shroud on it. I guess because it's not intended to be used like this. I'll just put struts between it. That'll fix it. So yeah, I'm going to limit myself to just these couple fuel tanks for any one stage. Turns out the rocket equation is actually important. How does Scott Manley know all this stuff? I've had some problems in the past with putting multiple of these right next to each other, sometimes they will eject with too much force, and there's no way to reduce the ejection force. So developers, if you are listening, please give us the option to right-click on these and reduce the ejection force, because that would be very nice for a number of different rockets that I've made. Alright, and here she is, our rocket. I think I will call this one 6 rockets, because I'm creative and like patterns. Moonshot 1. And I'll actually say we totally made this to go orbit the moon, and not misspelling moon there, and not just to settle a bet with our co-workers that we couldn't do some stupid contract. See, that's why NASA went to the moon. It was because they needed to settle a bet, and it had nothing to do with human progress. So the question is, who do we send to the moon? And I think I'd like to go back to our roots and send Jendo there, since he was our first pilot. I think he can be the first one to try to go to the moon. And I do say try to go to the moon. I am not sure this thing will make it there. I've made it to the moon on less than this, but the thing is that I'm bringing this huge solid fuel booster with me, when normally I would just be bringing one of these tanks full of fuel with a vectoring engine and this module, and that's it. I'm bringing a lot more with me, so I need a lot more down here, and maybe this won't work. Alright, Jendo, let's launch. Okay, this is actually very stable. SAS on. Okay, this is our goal. Well, no, going to the moon is our goal. It's obviously not the $200 contract. Okay, Jendo, you need to succeed where everyone else has failed. I really want this to work. I know it may seem like I'm getting really frustrated with this, and in a way I am, but honestly, this is some of the most fun that I've had with Kerbal Space Program in a while, and really the reason is that I enjoy challenges. I like things that make me have to think really hard and do things that I've never done before. This is definitely something that's making me do that, and that's exactly what I wanted to get out of these contracts, because I saw a couple videos of people doing career mode, and it seemed like people didn't really like it. They were like, oh, this is just stupid, it's just busy work. But these kind of contracts, this to me is not really busy work, and that's why I want to do this so much. It's a challenge. It is something that I need to really try at. And that to me is its own reward. Now, I've orbited the moon before. This one I could just get pretty easily if I just designed a rocket to do that. It's interesting to me to have to design a rocket with all these other things in mind. Okay, Jendo. Let's go. Okay, this is about the speed I want to be going. Maybe? I'm getting about 1g acceleration. I'm gonna lose the solid fuel. Yeah, I should go faster. Jendo, you look nervous. Just wait until you come back. If we were going faster, we could just fire the parachute now. Oh! Glad this didn't hit. Oh dear, we're losing speed. I may have to fire these rockets. I'll give it time though. I don't want to do this if it's not necessary. I'd like to fire this. Okay, we're starting to go faster, but it looks like I'm not going to be able to get this contract because I'm not going fast enough. Even if I was going fast enough, I wouldn't want to fire this stack decoupler, most likely, in those altitudes. But again, as with before, it's not really about these contracts, it's about this one. So if I can do these other ones, that's fine. Those are icing on the cake compared to completing this. Wow, we are really having a lack of speed problem here. See, Jendo, now I get why you're upset about this. We should be going much faster by the time we get to 10,000 meters. start turning over a bit. Don't turn over too much though, because you're not going very fast. Oh, this is not good. Okay, Jendo, what do you think? Do we go for this contract regardless of whether we get into orbit? This orbit's looking less likely. Yep. Okay, now it's looking pretty good. Yeah, I'm bringing too much fuel is the problem. Okay, we need to get scientific data from the space around Kerbin. Let's also try to get some upper atmosphere stuff. I don't think we've gotten that before. Oh no, we did in like our first or second flight, but we didn't get goo. Oh, no, we did. Okay, my memory is just not very good apparently. Oh, how about an EVA from the upper atmosphere? That should be new. There we go. Okay, we are going to space today. Unfortunately, we are not going to the moon. Where's the moon? There it is. We will reach you eventually. When we don't have to carry all this crap with us. Alright, Jendo, let's try to get this. Observe the goo. I wonder, could I send like a crew report even though I've already done it? Transmit. Well, that counts. Okay, we got no science for it, but it counted. Good. I didn't want to have to transmit the goo because it's worth less. And I wanted to do that before the sun blinked out, turn off the HUD, but you still got to see the sun going away. I think I can try to get an EVA at this point here, when we're above the shore-ish. Because that would be a different biome in space. Oh, no, we're not going to have time. Okay. Let's just start burning radially downward to increase our speed. Alright, we are re-entering the atmosphere. Let's go. Good, good. This is what we want to have happen to the orbit. Very steep, but our speed keeps increasing. Okay. Knock those away. And they should have plenty of time to move away from us, right? Okay. They're like doing ballet swirls. This is pretty dark. I might have to up the brightness in editing. Oh gosh, I'm not supposed to come in over land. Hopefully I overshoot this land, because that would be bad. Oh, okay, we're starting to burn up. This is the speed I need. Fire. Come on. Almost. No. No. Wow. Oh, this is bad. SAS, turn us. More parachutes. Oh dear. Oh, this is just gonna rip apart. Oh! Okay, the emergency parachutes ripped off, but this one didn't. Oh. Well, if that's not a successful test of these parachutes, I don't know what is. Gendo owes his life to this parachute surviving. Okay, I think this will be shores, so I can do the goo from the shore. Ooh, no, it's grasslands. Excellent. Serve the goo. Yeah, there's lots of grass here. Yay. Yay. Now let's turn SAS on. Flip back up like that. Okay, let's let go. Swim around for a bit. Loosen up the old muscles. Okay, take a surface sample of the quote-unquote grasslands. Alright. Well, we got to visit a new biome. We are no closer to completing this. Hopefully we didn't lose a lot of money on that, because we did get this contract. Hopefully that was worth a lot, because that was the only one we did out of those. Okay, 37 science. Alright, got decent funds recovered from the parts. Our money went down from after our advances, but it's higher than what we started the episode with, so that's pretty good. Our reputation just keeps going up, even though we keep failing to do those contracts. Well, let's take a look at the science. Alright, we can actually get this. I think this, or this, one of these may be required to actually do this, because I think this might have enough thrust to do it, and that's why I wanted the spec in here, so we'll get that. Hopefully I don't have to get the mainsail or the liquid fuel booster to do this. So next time we'll use these new parts to construct a more powerful rocket that hopefully will bring us to the moon, and then back, and then we re-enter ridiculously fast. I'll also remember to put those separatrons on the module from before, because that almost cost Gendo his life, and I don't want to kill Kerbins. Although, again, I keep risking their lives for a $200 mission. Well, it is nighttime here now, and as the sun has set, let me say good night to you all. Actually, you could be watching this video at any time of day, but it's nighttime here, so good night. I make fun of Bill and Bob, but I don't know, maybe one of them actually would be able to do it? We shall see.